Nobody else with me. Now I'm calling your phone. You're not picking up. Hey everybody, how y'all doing out there? We live right here on the BOrnrich Show, right here on Intellectual Radio. We scream live 24 hours, 7 days a week. Feed your brain, people. Way over 50 intellectual shows already. God is truly amazing. Feed your brain, people, and feed your brain the right way. Be careful what you eat, because food play a big part in the mind. So be very careful what you eat. How you guys doing out there today? I pray everybody have an amazing Friday. I thank you guys. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you tuned in with me. So thank you guys for tuning in with me right here on this amazing, beautiful Friday. All right. I want to give a big shout out to Earl Winfrey out there. The man of the plan. Big shout out to Earl Winfrey. Um, People, we got a lot of amazing things to talk about. Big shout out to Miss Ovita, Miss Red, that come make it tonight. Definitely praying for their families. And people, stay prayed up out there. Stay prayed up. We got some topic. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Kenna Haya, the criminal defense lawyer in Joliet. That man ain't nothing to play with. I'm talking about he get the job done. So make sure you guys, when y'all in that Joliet area, holla at my man. He definitely get the job done. All right. And he gonna get it done. Also, if you guys looking for some vehicles, make sure you tune in with me. We can get you any car you looking for. Tune in with me and get riding. Get rolling. It's time to ride. It's time to do your DoorDash and your Uber. Big shout out to all the DoorDash and Uber drivers out there that's getting your food there safe, home safe, or at your job safe, and getting the person home safe. So the delivery getting the food there safe and hot, hopefully, and the DoorDash driver getting the person home. All right, so we got some things to talk about. Rich Homie Quan died at the age of 34 years old. Rapper Rich Homie Quan, definitely praying for him and his family, his children, his mom. It's a tragic when we hear these type of things, when we hear someone passed away, or I'm hearing everybody talking about him now. But that's how it is. That's how it is in life. You know what I'm saying? When something happened to a person, they become way famous than they was living. People don't even pay attention to them till they deceased. So I'm definitely praying for him and his family as well. So also we're gonna be talking about the 50 Cent and Damon Dash. They got some things going on over um and that's another thing. That's another thing. Like, okay, so 50 Cent gets signed for $1 million when he first come out with Eminem. 50 Cent, Eminem signed 50 Cent, for those who don't know. 50 Cent gets signed for $1 million. And getting signed for the $1 million, he had met with Damon Dash, and Damon Dash tell him like, "Hey, $1 million ain't no money. You know what I'm saying? After you spend your money on your chains and your house and everything, you're gonna be broke." So 50 took that he took it to the heart. So when he got on and he got to a point where in his life where he took off more farther on top of the stars, and Dame Dash then seeked and dropped. So now he telling them like, "Hey, look, that's why you broke now, because you tried to downplay people when they got in the industry getting $1 million." Well, all the stuff they're going back and forth over. But my whole thing is this. You never downplay nobody. $1 million is a lot of money. So it's definitely a lot of money coming from the hood and coming from, I don't care where you came from, the suburbs. $1 million is a lot of money. It's all about what you do with that money. Also, Jay-Z and Beyonce out at the 4040 Club celebrating Beyonce's 43rd birthday. She 43 years old? Wow. I ain't know Beyonce was that old. And also, I want to tell everybody out there that's watching and listening to keep God first and continue on praying. Continue on praying, because life's short out here. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you stay prayed up. You got to make sure you stay connected in God's word. Make sure you have some praying people around you as well. And thank you guys for tuning in with us. We're going to take a quick break, and we got a lot more to talk about. And we definitely going to talk about pushing your faith. All right? Right here live on the BOrnrich Show, right on Intellectual Radio. Someone else help me do that, baby. Yeah, don't be afraid. really like you. Came to see you tonight, baby. I'm riding around in my Benz, It's me by myself. Yes. Nobody else with me. Now I'm calling your phone, you're not picking up. You ain't answering. So I knocked on your door. Then you came to the door. I'm asking you, do you wanna come out? Do you wanna come out? Girl, I made plans for us. Do you wanna come out? Do you wanna come out? I came to see you. Do you wanna come out? Do you wanna come out? Girl, I made plans for us. Do you wanna come out? Do you wanna come out? I came to see you. I can see you now. Looking real good. You looking real good, baby. Without me, you on. Smelling real good. I made plans for us. Come outside. Come across to the shine. So give me your hand. Cause I got a plan. So I'm asking you. Do you wanna come out? Do you wanna come out? Girl, I made plans for us. Do you wanna come out? Do you wanna come out? I came to see you. Do you wanna come out? Do you wanna come out? Girl, I made plans for us. Do you wanna come out? Do you wanna come out? I came to see you. Now we on Lakeshore Drive. I can feel that you're mine. I can feel that you're mine. See this fruit with your eyes. You feeling love in the skies. Your mama calling your phone, and you ain't answering. Cause you feeling this love, come from heaven above. I'm asking you, do you wanna come out? Do you wanna come out? Girl, I made plans for us. Do you wanna come out? Yeah, baby. Do you wanna come out? I came to see you. Do you wanna come out? Do you wanna come out? Girl, I made plans for us. Do you wanna come out? Told you all the tickets. Do you wanna come out? I came to see you. Oh, we can go back talking about it to your friends. Hey. If not, we back live right here on Intellectual Radio. Thank you guys for watching us from YouTube. Make sure you subscribe Intellectual Radio, subscribe Intellectual Radio, so you can hear all the amazing shows that come on Intellectual Radio. All right, because we got some amazing shows over here. So, and we back. We just got through talking about some topics. Once again, happy birthday to Beyonce. Her and Jay-Z celebrated at the 4040 Club today in New York City. So, one thing I know about that club in New York City, they back open. It's very expensive, so you must have some paper. You must have some money going to that club in New York. If you're in New York, gotta have some money. All right. So let's get back. Now we're talking about fate. Definitely want to talk about fate. So so to all the people that's listening, watching around the world, thank y'all once again. And speaking on fate, you got to have faith to do anything you want to do, and it ain't all about money. So the people who are always worshiping the money, thinking it's all about the money to be able to do certain things or to be able to walk out your door or looking at someone else's life and you want their life or looking at someone else's chain, looking at someone else, anything that someone else doing, just looking at it and saying, I want that. I want that because that person have if it ain't your style, if it ain't something you do, don't want what others have. Always go off your own craft. God made everybody different. You see what I'm saying? God made everybody different. So if you the type of person who don't like those certain things, don't hate on the next man that like it. You see what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, and it don't take money for everything. Okay, we know money gonna pay some bills, money gonna take care of some things, but you don't need money for everything. You don't need money to wake up in the morning, right? So you got to thank God for waking you up every morning. You got to make sure you thank God and praise Him and give Him the glory. And my thing is to save some lives out there, so to some people that's probably out there that's lost, that's feeling like feeling depressed, feeling down, feeling like they ain't got none, they ain't got it right now. I will tell you the make sure you stay prayed up and connected to God and be patient. Your time is coming where you're gonna everything you prayed for, you will have it in your hand. You will have it. So continue on praying, continue on taking your time with things, even in a relationship. Make sure you guys take your time in a relationship. Stop rushing things because you see everybody happy, because what look good ain't good. I seen a couple couples um looked so good on social media, and when I was around them in person, they was arguing and fighting all the time, and it ain't like how we looked at on social media. So everything ain't like how you see it on social media, people. Everybody ain't happy the way a picture could look, so don't want everybody life. Live your own life, stay peaceful with living your own life, and don't rush nothing. If you got any addictions out there and you addicted to anything, drugs, gambling, liquor, sex, whatever you're addicted to, I will tell you, slow it down a notch. Slow it down a notch and get addicted to God. Get addicted to praying every night. Get addicted to praying every morning. And right there, those two addictions right there, go get you everything that your heart desire. So make sure you break the chain of the addictions. And I pray that over someone in life right now that's addicted to something. I pray that the chain your addiction have been broken, because being addicted to anything beyond God, it make God jealous. We got a jealous God, and the reason he gets jealous because he wants you to know who wake you up every morning, know who wake you up every night, know who bless you with everything you have. So we definitely want to give all the praise and glory to God for everything he have done in our life and doing for our life. We definitely got a caller calling in right now. We got a caller calling in right now, Intellectual Radio. Yes, yes, yes. Who calling in right here on the BOrnrich Show on Intellectual Radio?
Good evening, family. This your girl Vita.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Vita Vita?
I'm
We get
okay. I'm okay. You know I had to call in to check in.
Oh, I thank God you call in. Everybody, I know y'all familiar with Miss Vita. She don't play no games. She here every Friday with us right here on Intellectual Radio, and she get down. I'm so glad you called in. God bless you. My condolences to the family. Talk to us tonight, Vita. How you feeling?
I'm okay. I had to take. I called my auntie, my Tima. I just had her to take her to the hospital, but she's fine. She'll be okay. It's nothing like she needed to go, but it's not like life threatening or nothing like that. Just something happened with her medicine, but I'm just glad that's all that had to be adjusted. She just got to be in for a few days, and that's my mama. That's my Tima. That's my second mom. So I had to, whenever she called 911, I know I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. But other than that, I am doing well. And also, I send condolences to Trapper Red. She had a death in her family.
Yes.
So condolences to her. Praying for her and her family.
I'm definitely, it's always sad to hear something like this. Someone losing anyone, even
Yeah.
if it's whoever it is. I just hate the word. I don't like to hear anyone have lost their life. So I'm definitely praying for Trapper Red family, also, and your family as well. We
Thank
glad. It feel
you.
like you sitting right here next to me right now, Vita.
I know, right?
Yeah, it feel like.
It's got to be something because I look forward to every Friday. Uh, Coming to the studio is definitely one of my favorite days of the week in the studio. So but still, I'm glad that we can, like I could call in and chime in on the topics and stuff like that. So I am grateful for that.
Okay, well, I got a couple questions for you.
Sure, I'm ready.
Okay, let's start off with some fun. Let's see Vita taste from 1990 on to 2024. Give me five of your best female artists of all time, R&B and rap.
Oh, R&B and rap.
Yes.
Okay. Well, y'all know from that time, I listen to a lot of church music, y'all. So we couldn't listen to like secular music like that. I didn't do that. I snuck and listened to a few people, but a lot of them. I'm going to say it might be a mixture of secular and gospel people. Um, my favorite R&B. Let me see R&B. I love Jill Scott.
Okay.
Jill Scott, because I love soul. I like rap too. But did you say R&B and rap?
You can mix both.
Okay, so Jill Scott is one. Uh, who else was my favorite? I'm trying to. Nah.
We got one.
I did like now. I like Lil Kim, but I'm not gonna necessarily say I liked her words because I listened to the clean version a lot. I didn't even know about the bad version of stuff until later on. I snuck and got a CD and I heard the real version. But I like Lil Kim. Lil Kim was good.
Yeah,
to
she
me.
was dope.
You want to rumble with the B, huh? That was so it. I know she was.
Yeah, she was
so
dope.
I know, but I like even MC Light. You know, those are. And then also, let me say, with the new girl, I'm trying to think of a new, more up to date woman rapper that I like because I like rap. Some of these women, they don't know how to rap to me like that. Yeah, I'm trying to see.
Who you be playing in that car while you be riding?
Oh, I be playing so many different people.
Bring some
I play
out.
a lot of neo soul.
We got three more.
A lot of neo soul. So you know I'm gonna put on my Angie Stone. I put on Sierra. I love Bodycology. I like Beyonce. Some of her music. But I play a lot of certain songs from Sierra. Then I will put on some gospel rap. You know, I like Bizzle. I like I put on a lot of unnamed artists because I get tired of when I listen to the radio, you listen to the same stuff over and over again. So I listen to a lot of different artists on YouTube, and I go to what is called a gutter free music. So they play a lot. If I'm into some rap, I listen to some rap. You know, jazz, neo soul. You know, it depends on what the mood I'm in.
Right.
I can't mention. I'm not good with people's names, but I just know who their music. I just know the music. But as far as that, like that's mixed for me. I couldn't listen. I didn't listen to a lot of secular during those times like that. I was raised, you know, me and my son listen to Disney. We listen to a lot of Disney stuff because, you know, I ain't want him to listen to that other music. But, yeah, like that. But,
okay.
Yeah, but I'm more of a neo soul person. But I do love, of course, Tupac. You know, Tupac and Biggie.
You know what?
Stuff like that.
That's what I want to get down to. I love that. I got a couple more questions for you. And these type of questions right here is you got to. So we're going to play this game called Pick One. So I'm going to ask you one or the other. Just give me one out of two. Just give me one.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to start off. Who you feel like the best artist between Tupac or Biggie?
Oh, that is difficult. I don't know. Let me answer like this. I listen to more Tupac than Biggie.
I need one, or you gonna plead the fifth?
I'm gonna say Tupac because I listen to him more.
Pac. Okay, we got Pac. Okay, we got Michael Jackson or Prince.
Who did I listen to? I put them on. I listened to the most. I would probably say I listen to more of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
To him more.
Okay.
I like his game.
P. Diddy or Master P?
Oh, I'm trying to see that I like. I didn't really listen to neither one of them. Like I think I like Master P a little more.
Okay,
and
Master
that's
P.
not on no shade, because P. Diddy was the man back then. I mean, you know. But you know what? I'm gonna say P. Diddy because I think I listen to him more than Master P.
Okay, so you going with P. Diddy on this one?
Yeah, I listen to more of his artists than Master P's.
Okay, we got Nicki Minaj or Cardi B.
I'm gonna say Nicki Minaj, even though I like both of them. I think Nicki Minaj rap. I like her tone better.
Beyonce or Mary J. Blige?
Oh, Mary J has some hits, and I'm gonna say because of the music. Oh man, you making that is difficult. I'm gonna say Mary J. Blige, but I feel like Beyonce is the better performer. I don't know. Let me think about that. About songs, I'm gonna say Mary J. Blige.
Okay, I'm gonna switch it and give you one on the gospel side. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Mary, Mary, or Kurt Franklin?
Both of them. Uh, ooh, that's hard. I'm gonna say Kurt Franklin.
Kurt Franklin. Okay.
I
Okay.
think I'll listen to more of his. I like both of them though, but I'm gonna pick Kurt Franklin.
Jay-Z or 50 Cent?
Well, I'm gonna say Jay-Z.
Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. Now I'm gonna keep all your answers put up, and I'm gonna be looking out for some of them songs and see. I'm gonna see who your favorite is. I'm gonna be looking out for some of them songs while we riding out there.
Okay, yeah, I say them because some of them is the same to me, but I listen to more of their music than the other one.
I love that combination though. I love it.
Yeah. I like that game.
Yeah, we
That's
playing
a
a little
good
game tonight. We
idea.
switching it over tonight right here on Intellectual Radio. Um, is this something that can I ask you another? I want to ask you another question while we got you,
Oh
baby.
yeah.
What's a track? What attract Vita with a guy? What attract your attention with a man
At these age now, I do like a
today?
look. A look will get my attention. Certain kind of look I've been liking before it became popular. Um, First a look, and then if we talk, we have great conversation. I love that. Um, a person's character, definitely. Mature person, a person who know what they want. As number one, I definitely want someone that's godly and that we could connect on that level. But character wise, I love integral, sweet, kind hearted, um, just masculine in the right way, healthy. They know how to treat me. Treatment is very important. I love a mannerable man. Manners goes a long way with me. So those things are kind of the basis of what would first attract me.
What type of advice would you give to those who's trying to start all over again, trying to rebuild a relationship? They're just trying to start all over again and walking into a new relationship. What type of advice would you give someone out there?
Yeah, the most important advice I would give someone is to make sure that you are healthy going back into the arena, that you worked on yourself before you get back coming out of something, and that might take time, to make sure that you're not needy, make sure that you're sober minded, you're not emotional, that you're healed from the last situation, and that you learn whatever lesson that you need to learn. Because sometimes, even if someone is wrong, you still want to make sure whatever part that you played in that situation. I don't care if you was because sometimes we can allow behaviors, and stuff like that. Sometimes women love to be fixers. It's a reason that you like that, or they think they could change people. But make sure that you deal with your own trauma, that you are healthy, that you get counseling. Definitely work on your spirituality is number one. But get yourself together first, so you won't make the same mistakes again. Other than that, you're gonna repeat. You're gonna repeat the same things.
I love that. That's so true. That's so true. And take time out, like you said, just taking time out to get to know yourself all over again, going back into a new
Yes.
relationship. Because some people, it's a lot of toxic, a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing, and it can play in it plays a big part in your character going back into a new relationship because you got all that on you, you got to get off you. So I definitely understand that.
Exactly. You don't want to take no negativity into the next situation, and then you don't want to. A lot of times we attract the same person in a different body. It's you. If you keep attracting the same person, it's you. Mm-hmm. It's
Okay, now
you.
you got to definitely got to work on yourself, people. Definitely got to
Yes,
work on yourself.
yes, sir. Yes,
So,
you do. This lady, this doctor, she was saying, whether you believe it or not, you attract where you are. And sometimes those truths are hard pill, especially for women. Sometimes we like to play a victim a lot. We because we're trained to be the victim. We the princess waiting on the prince to come in and save us. We have that victim mentality, and we know Victor. Yes, God created us to have wisdom and strength and discipline. And stronger in certain areas that men are not, and men are strong in certain areas that we are not. But no, we need to be victors and purposely do things and not make so many decisions on the emotional level. We are emotional beings, but we don't have to be led by our emotions. We can balance that out. And that's where we make our mistakes a lot is, where we at emotionally, So yeah, we got a lot of work to do.
What about I agree 100%. What about, feelings? Do feelings play a big part in relationships nowadays?
Um, yes and no. You want to make sure that your feelings are healthy, because sometimes we can have unhealthy emotional. We got this new word that we're learning now is have emotional intelligence. We got to make sure that we are not leading only through emotions. We got to make sure that we have a balance of some logical and emotional thinking. I know there's one guy that I know, he always say, y'all think too much emotionally and don't say emotionally what y'all feel. And a lot of times you can't think always logically either. You got to have a balance of both, because sometimes when you're too logical, you don't have you're not real sympathetic a lot of times. Sometimes it could be so too hard. But you definitely want to make sure that you have emotional intelligence, that you're not just leading with emotions, because emotions can be false. You could have you could thought you seen something and react emotional, and that's not even what it is, and you done mess something up. You got to make sure that you take your time and think. Like when I get upset, I make sure, I don't care who it is, because I don't want to hurt the person. That could be my sisters, my brothers, who I'm with. I make sure I take my time and go off. And it might have to be a day or so, and then come back and talk about it, because I don't want to speak out of my emotions.
Now, what about?
I don't want to hurt my loved ones.
I know that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
What about time and with a person? Do you think um, spending a lot of time with a person is better than spending less of time with a person in a
Uh,
relationship?
okay, I think when you start off, you want to make sure, because sometimes what we can do too is we can move too fast. Like sometimes we can do too much too soon. Like I think you should make sure a person misses you. I think you should keep a life. But sometimes, especially as when we could get with a person, and that's it. I've done it. If we do not separate, I didn't give myself. Sometimes we don't give ourselves time to know a person. You don't want to
Mm.
do too much too fast. So I say, and then you want to gauge that thing. You want to, and then I always make sure a person too want to spend as much time with me as I want to spend with them. I don't over if you don't, but I think you shouldn't move too fast in the area either. I think you should make sure you keep your own. If you going to school, if you doing extra, and make sure if you got friends, healthy friends, make sure you keep your life going. Don't make a person just your complete world, especially real soon. So I think you should pace yourself.
I agree
Pace
100,
yourself.
100%. Pacing yourself and humbling yourself, and just trying to figure out a person is good. What about communication though?
Exactly.
What about communication? I know that play a big part in a relationship.
Yeah, not just communication, comprehending.
Yes.
Because without comprehension, communication, you could talk to you blue in the face. If we don't get an understanding of what
Don't
we're
mean
talking
nothing.
about and what our needs are, because it's a person I was with, they really thought they were a great communicator, or they just because we talked a lot and we talked about our feelings, but when stuff don't change, what difference does it? I could have a conversation 1,000 times, but if we don't make a motion, what does conversation mean? No, I need you to understand how this is making me feel, or how they are feeling, and we get an understanding and change some things. Other than that, just talking, you just wasting your breath. Comprehension and conversation goes together.
You know what? That just tickled me because people do think just saying communicating, just saying anything. Just know what you're talking about. If it ain't nothing to talk about, hey, do two separate things. So it's just so you won't live life being stuck like that. Like, man, we ain't got to say nothing to each other. We ain't got no communication. No, your communication's there. Maybe you ain't got nothing to say right now at the moment, and ain't no wrong with that. I,
Right.
and
Now,
actually,
you want it to be something that's going to be productive. So you don't just want to be spitting out words. I know, I understand. That's why a lot of stuff end too, because you just talking and they not changing, or they not trying to even understand what you're talking about, and that's very, very frustrating to keep trying to talk to someone and they're not even interested in what you're saying. They just, what about me? What about how I feel? At this moment, it's not about you. It's about how this made me feel. Now, when it's your turn, then I'll in turn give you the same. I need you to understand how certain things made me feel, how it was offensive. And, sometimes we got to learn how to disagree, to agree to disagree. And then we just got to learn how to apologize and not do those things. You know what I mean? And just acknowledge. Sometimes you got to acknowledge one another, how you made each other feel, and sincerely, I apologize if I offended you. That wasn't my intentions on doing that. And that's how you make people, especially women, we love to feel validation when it comes to our guys, that you care about our feelings. That's just how a woman is. They want to know that you do care at least about how you made me feel. And men do too, in their way. They want you to hear them as well. And they want to be respected. So, yeah, comprehension and communication.
I love it. I love it. And we're gonna get back to a lot of that. I know you got a topic you wanted to speak on too, Vita. We definitely want to get back to that, but real fast, I want to throw a shout out to one of the best criminal defense lawyers out there. He up and coming. He finna be one of the greatest lawyers in Joliet area, and he gonna be traveling in different states, different areas. Kainan Jaha, this guy is amazing. Criminal defense lawyer in Joliet area. So you guys make sure y'all look him up, and be looking out for him. He coming. He finna be one of the best lawyers in Chicago. So get the name, write it down. KINNANGHALI. I repeat, KINNANGHALI. He will be live on a Born Rich show next Friday. So we bringing him on the show, and I'm excited for him. Be looking out for him. He up and coming, and he proven what he got. He proven his skills now. This guy is amazing. So be looking out for him, y'all.
Wow. Y'all make sure you all look out for the brother.
That brother is
That's
coming,
awesome.
and he's amazing. He's coming. He's finna be one of the best lawyers out there. So I want you guys to make sure you take your notes, write it down. If you call any case, DUI, drug case, whatever, he's coming. So make sure you contact him within probably sometime in January 2025. But I'm just letting y'all know we bringing him on the show, and we're gonna talk to him about some amazing things that happen and that's finna take place. So I love the fact that he coming on the show Friday, so you guys can get to know him before he um take flight. Before he take flight, he's gonna be one of the best lawyers in
Oh,
Chicago.
that is great. I'm excited to meet him. I'm excited to meet him. That's awesome. So, do y'all need a lawyer? Y'all heard it right there from Born Rich himself on the
Yes,
IntellectualRadio.com, the Born Rich Show.
we live and
Yes.
direct, and we coming to you, and we gonna keep it real on this side. I know we had some other
Okay.
topics, Vita,
Yes.
that you was talking about, which is I think this is one of the tragic moment topics, but we got to give it
Yes.
to him. Um, so what took
Yeah.
place in Chicago?
Yeah, well, it wasn't in Chicago, but I know it's been on the school shooting, one of the biggest school
Wow.
shootings, that the latest in the Georgia high school shooting. There was a shooting in Georgia. It was so sad to hear about that. We haven't heard about anything like that in a minute. At first, it looked like it was a school shooting every week. The bombing, the shooting. But it was a 14-year-old Appalachian. high school student, and his father, who are both charged in connection with the mass shooting at the Georgia high school. They appeared in court this Friday, and they didn't decline to enter a plea for charges against him. But this young man named is Colt Gray. He was 14. And he was arraigned on 4 counts of felony murder, and he's expected to be tried as an adult following the Wednesday shooting that left 4 people dead. After the hearing, the district attorney, Brad Smith, said the teen will face additional charges as well, and the grand jury has been they'll meet on October the 13th. So, and then his father is also named Colin. His name is his dad's name is Colin Gray. He was arraigned on 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 8 counts of cruelty to children. And the arrest warrant alleges he provided his son with the firearm, which is crazy, with knowledge he was threatening to kill himself and others. So his father gave him a gun.
Wow.
A 14-year-old boy, so we see where he get it from.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Just to give your child a gun, just imagine just giving your child a gun and say, hey, go a gun, go protect yourself. That's crazy, and it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. Now his son went to the school and did the shooting.
Yes.
So his dad gonna get charged too.
Yeah. Yes. He's being charged. He's been arrested as well.
That's dangerous.
Arrested as well. I think that they both have to suffer with some kind of mental problem, because as a parent, why would I give my son a gun to protect himself at school? Why wouldn't I go up to the school and talk to the people in charge? You know this is not going to be a good outcome for your son. You had to know that your 14-year-old child could have been in danger of being murdered himself. He's carrying a firearm. The police could come in and shoot to kill. You didn't even know that your son was going to come out of this situation alive, but you gave him a firearm.
Do you think he knew his child was going to do that? Whether he knew it or not, it's still dangerous. But did you think that he thought his child would go do that?
Well, from what I just read, his father, with knowledge, it says he provided his son with a firearm with knowledge he was a threat to himself and others.
Wow. Yeah, buddy, that's dangerous. That's super dangerous. Parents,
yeah,
be careful. Look, stop putting your children. I'm sorry. Go ahead, ladies first.
No, go ahead. No, I'm just thinking he had to have a problem too.
That's dangerous. I mean, it just like he did it. They gonna give him the same time. You went in there and killed all these people. People, if you having a mentally problem and you feel like that you nobody care about you, and you feel like you want to take your anger out on someone, or you feeling like you lost your boyfriend, your husband, or you lost your wife, and you feel like nobody care about you, you lost somebody you love in your family, and you want to take your anger out on someone else, I would tell you, please don't do that. Go speak with someone, get in the church, speak with someone about it, one of your close friends that know God, and tell them what your personal issue is, and it can save your life and it can save someone else's life. Because nowadays people listening to what come to their mind, and when people feel as nobody care about them, they don't nobody love them, or they don't got none to live for no more, or because it's a lot of people dealing with mentally ill. It's a reason why they like that, and they taking their anger out on any and everybody. If you someone like that, talk with someone that just talk with someone about your problem, and someone that you can trust, and it can help you from either being in jail the rest of your life, or committing suicide after you've been took someone else's life. It can help you. You can live longer. So I definitely feel sorry for all those people who lost their life. It's sad. It's really sad.
And they said Georgia was the 45th school shooting this year in the U.S. The
Jesus.
46th happened in Baltimore that same day. I think today, someone shot another young person. Yeah, we got to see. I mean, how can these children get in school with guns? You know, at our school, high school, believe they had metal detectors. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care how good the school is. I don't care what area it's in. They need to put metal detectors in because these school shootings are not happening in rural areas. Okay, they happening in decent areas as well. So I think they need to put in metal detectors everywhere because this is out of hand. Like, it's crazy. You know, this boy is what happened for him not to shoot up this one whole class. What happens is the doors lock automatically. And one student
Wow.
said that her mom always told her to look out the door before she go out. So she saw this boy with a gun in his hand and she ran back in the classroom, told everybody to cut the lights and stuff off. And, you know, that's how that was preventing all of them in that particular class from being shot. But it was like all them people that went to school, they parents, and this one lady got into this field because she couldn't have children, and she really loved children, and she really, from what I read, she was an awesome teacher, and that lady lost her life. A man put his life in jeopardy and got shot up to protect his children, and they in turn try to protect him, you know, by pulling him back in the class and then trying to cover his wound and stuff, but he ended up, you know, passing away. So yeah, they got to put something in place. It's sad that your children have to go to school to have a drill about school shootings. That's what they do now. They teach them now. Certain schools teach them protocol on how to handle a school shooting. That's crazy, you know, that these kids have to go through stuff like that.
That's very
You
crazy
don't
and it's
even know if your
dangerous.
kids coming home. Say that again. I'm
I
sorry.
say it's very crazy and it's dangerous too. And I want to ask you, what
Yeah.
type of advice, knowing that type of situation and knowing that nowadays, you got younger parents out here that they best friends with their kids, or they want to, do the same thing. They both want to probably get high, both probably drink. What type of advice would you give to some of the younger parents that's, probably like 7 years older than a child, or eight
Right.
years older than a child, 16 having a
Yeah.
baby, the child 8, they can't raise them
Yeah.
right. What type of advice
Right.
would you leave with those type of, parents to coach their child the right way?
I'll say this: we have so many tools that's given to us, especially when you're young. You could get government help. Get some parenting classes. Do things that your parents didn't do a lot of times. You know, a lot of them, their parents are young. Some of them are repeating the same cycles. But I feel like these children, especially our brown and black, we brown too, learn to get some counseling, get parental counseling so you can learn how to handle your children. Some of them don't know, they don't have the intelligence and emotional wherewithal to deal with kids when they're a child. And some of these parents make it so easy for these kids to go out and keep having kids over and over again. My sister got pregnant at 17. Oh my God, I was so hurt. I did stop talking to her for a minute, but I had to let her, not because I hated you. I just was so hurt because I wanted her to have a good life. You know, I didn't want her to have to worry about being a teen mom and not getting herself together. But I also know a young lady who had a baby early, took her baby to college, came back home, went back and got a PhD, master's degree. She's a forensic accountant, bought her first house at 25. The lady make over $200 an hour.
Yay!
I'm gonna have her on the show. The
Bring
young
her
lady
through.
make over
Please
two
bring her
hundred
through.
dollars an hour.
I love that.
Plus, she got her own business. The
Bring her
lady
through.
is bad. You hear
Glory to
me?
God.
The
I
young lady
love
is
that.
bad. It's not the end be all, but we didn't make it easy for her. I didn't make it easy for my sister to have no more kids. If you're not going to work, I'm not babysitting your kid. I'm sorry. I'm not. When you decide to have a child at a young age, now it's not about you anymore. It's you and that child. Now, I can see if you're going to school and you're going to work, okay, I'll babysit. I had 3 jobs myself. I say, I'm not babysitting so y'all can go have a good time. No, that is over. Have a good time with your kids. Now it's about
Amen.
toys, the library. Your life's got to make a transition. A lot of these people make it easy for these people to have kids over and over and over again. I think that's ridiculous. And stop using birth control, like murdering these babies as birth control. I know people who done had 6 abortions because they didn't want to wear nothing. That's ridiculous. That's when I say making a look. It's hard with that abortion thing, but as far as making it not legal, making it legal and don't tell women what to do with their bodies. But I think that should be something about stuff like that. Is I guess if they paying for it, but just having abortions, just like clockwork, just because you refuse to protect yourself is crazy. But one thing I know, I went into something different, but I apologize. But yes, I think
No, do your thing. I love it. Keep going.
Yeah. Go take parenting classes. Get with a mentor. You cannot, now when you have kids, it's about that child. Your life is no longer yours. So now you got to grow up, and they got to help them kids grow up. Don't take them kids on. Let them kids raise their own kids, but guide them through that. I think counseling, being married, I think having parental classes and counseling is the way to go with these young people, to teach them how to be a parent.
I think that you should have a counseling class. They need to step into Vita counseling class for real. Because you'll teach them and talk to them right. And I've seen you talk to
Yeah.
people, and your teaching is so different and it's so humbly.
Yeah.
And that's what people missing. They missing someone that's not gonna judge you for what you done and what you're doing, but just trying to better
Exactly.
your future. And I think that
Yeah.
you're a perfect woman for that job. Like for real. I can see you working for like the foster home, just talking to the
Yeah, I would
misled
love to do
children
that.
that's confused.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to do that. I'm a substance abuse counselor. I haven't did it in a year, but stuff like that, it really is my heart, and my heart is to want people to do better, and to love them back to life. Not to judge them, let's come up with solutions. Because I grew up in church, and if you got pregnant, they excommunicated you. You can't sing in the choir no more. They treated you like an outcast. You got A on your back, and most of them grown-ups did worse than them kids. I remember when my sister got pregnant, every service was a message about that. But then the thing about it is, I know you can't nobody talk. She just got hers is evident. I know some who did worse than that. Because God allowed the baby to come forth. You did worse than that, and you ain't talked about that. Don't keep on talking about these kids and excommunicating them. Now, I understand. I'm not saying to allow them to do stuff and just don't let it be any consequences now, because you don't want an epidemic, because that's what it is. It was one time, man, there was so many young girls getting pregnant. But you need to come up with a solution-based answer to that, a problem. Talk to these young people. See why they doing things like that. Y'all don't even know some of these people are being touched at a young age, and that's why they're promiscuous. Right now, some of them don't have fathers. They just want to feel loved, and some people do. Some people find it outside of the home, because sometimes you dealing with moms that's working all the time, and kids are dealing with a lot of things. And people always say, "You ain't paying no bills. What you dealing with?" They dealing with life just like us as adults. They are. They dealing with rejection. They dealing with, some of them don't love themselves because they might not look like the girl or boy down the street. Some of them don't have the same thing. They're dealing with things too. Like I said, I know some people who don't have parents. They're in a foster system. People throwing them around everywhere. I mean, kids deal with a lot, so they need a lot of guidance. They need more than these rappers and these sexy reds and these all these ladies and men that's confusing these kids. The men's wearing skirts. They tattooing all their face up. The ladies is acting like men. It's mass confusion out here, and we're leaving our kids out here to this crazy world. No, they need some help. These people that's out here singing need help. Y'all think these rappers and these lady singers, they bad as they want to be, but they getting beat upside their head too. They get controlled. They have self-esteem issues. They killing themselves behind doors. They on drugs. They throwing up so they can stay little. I mean, they need cancer. You look at all these celebrities, all of them are depressed.
Yep, definitely.
All of them are depressed. They dealing with anxiety. I mean, how you thinking how you got money and stuff. These people, you don't know what they doing.
Yeah, they don't know what to do with that money. They perming their hair every day. The guys perming their hair different colors. It just look like it just come down to this big solution where the money is not going to be the thing. It's going to be
No.
self-control. Because now, once they take some to what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna edge on a little bit with it. You know, they taking the money and they living their life with the money and everything. But
Yeah,
what type of what happened? What happened to you getting that money too? Like, you know, some people got to sacrifice
exactly.
they body parts. They got to do all these
Yeah,
weird things in Hollywood for opportunity. So nowadays, when they get the money, they, you know, they lose themselves, so that they lose the money. They'll just go back a little bit
yeah,
to like you know, 1995, 1996, when Mike Tyson was getting a big shout out to Mike Tyson. He got a fight coming up too. We're gonna talk about that real quick. Um, but just go back into like 95, 96, when Mike Tyson was making 150 million dollars a fight, you
right.
know. But he got a documentary talking about it. He goes in these fights, he knocking people straight out. He rushing them, knocking them out. Now Holyfield put the dukes on him, and some other guy knocked him out. But he kind of talk about the way he was drugged up into some of them
Yeah,
fights. He late people don't know he lost fights. You know, he got knocked out
yeah,
too. But he went up and drugged up. He got times where he'll go he'll just give away houses and cars and just giving it away. And when the drugs leave his body, he don't know how much money he spent. These guys in here going from he went from making 150 million a fight to being dead broke. Now, 150 million
yeah.
dollars is a lot of money. That's a lot
Yeah,
of money, right? So if you
it
getting
is.
that per fight, you probably 10 fights, you's a billionaire, right? So
Right.
how did you go broke? Being intoxicated, being
Yeah,
off a certain drug, or some things that made you feel as so good where you don't care about it no more. You going in these fights without being trained. They knocking you out, they beating on you, but you Mike Tyson. So I'm using him for one of the greats for example of how you can
yeah,
be great, how you can lose yourself, how you can um you know be up and then go straight down. It can happen overnight. Look at Bobby
yeah,
Brown. Bobby Brown
yeah.
was in one of the same situations. Like
Oh,
he
I
was
love
very
me some Bobby
successful making,
Brown back in the day.
and I love Bobby Brown
Yeah.
songs too. I ain't coming down on them, but we being honest, these guys got documentaries out.
Oh
They got episodes out on VH1. They,
yeah. Oh
you know,
yeah.
where they talking about how they lost everything. So people,
Yeah.
if you in a situation where you know where you up and you successful and you great and whatever you doing that's making you great, continue on doing it. But don't go out and lose yourself. You know, don't go out taking drugs and drinking
Exactly.
a lot of liquor, be intoxicated, losing yourself, because
Yeah.
you've been to probably had sex with somebody and that didn't know you did. You know, because
A
it
lot of
happens.
times that's what happens.
It happens.
That's
People
how they
drug you
set them
up
up,
and
man. They drug them up. That's how they set them up all the time. So
have
many
plenty of
stars have this
regrets.
story.
Plenty,
Yeah, they
plenty of
set them up.
regrets. And then don't
Yeah.
even know this person that did that to you. It's certain things that money can't buy. AIDS and stuff like
They
that,
can't.
disease and stuff money can't buy. So make sure you
Yeah.
guys keep yourself at a point where you know yourself. Don't lose yourself out there,
Yeah.
people. I know we got the end of the show. Is there anything real fast you want to say to people, and give us your social media too, real quick, Vita?
Catch me on Vita Ivy, OVITA IVEY on Facebook. Brown Sugar 19358 because I'm just that street sweet on Instagram. Just remember that your past don't need you, but your future do.
Ooh, that was cool. I love that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in right on the BOrnrich Show. Catch me on Instagram at BOrnrich1S. Catch me on Facebook at BOrnrich Love. Big shout out to Earl Winfrey and the Winfrey family. God bless all the watchers and listeners. Big shout out to my wife, my children, and my mom.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. Big shout out to
What's up,
Ovita
Mama
Red.
D?
Hey, mama. Thank you guys for listening. See you guys next Friday at 8 p.m. live on Intellectual Radio. No more, don't wanna argue no more, don't wanna fight no more, baby. We've been together for a while. I done made you man that smile. You're the only one I want. You're the only one I need. When I was broke, you was there for me. When you was broke, I was there for you. Other people had no clue what me and you been through. I didn't want to go the wrong way from that confusion, babe.